Sweet, spicy, delicious. In today's video, I'm going to show you my favorite baby back rib recipe. Spicy peach glazed ribs. Yum, yum, give me some. Here we go. So here we have 2 slabs of baby back ribs. The baby backs are a little different than the spares in that there's not quite as much fat in them. They're a little higher up towards the spine of the pig. If you go a little further down, you're going to have more of the spare ribs. So these are called loin back ribs. Sometimes you will see them attached to a pork loin. Check out my rack of pork video, smoked pork chops. It's a pork loin attached to some baby back ribs, and it's delicious. So the first thing you want to do, you want to clean up any stray pieces, this kind of stuff. It's just going to burn up. So go ahead and get that off. You want to round off some edges here. Any sharp corners when you're smoking meat are just going to get real crispy and probably not be very good. So that's looking pretty good. This fat here, you can take down a little bit. You don't want to take a lot of it off because, as I said, there's not as much fat in these as you would have in a spare rib. Then you're going to flip them over, pull off anything that doesn't belong there. Again, it's all about the presentation. For the next step, you have 2 options. We're going to be removing the membrane. You can choose to pull the membrane off. I'll show you how to do that on one. Or you can score the membrane. Depends on how many ribs you are doing and how much time you want to spend doing this. If you leave the membrane whole, it can end up being a little chewy on the bottom, so you need to do something to either score it or completely remove it. The way you want to remove this, you're going to take a butter knife. You want to wedge it up under here, get your finger under it. Kind of go all the way across until you can put your finger all the way under it. Grab yourself a paper towel because this sucker can get slick. If you're lucky, you can pull it all off in one pass, but it doesn't always happen that way. Next step. This is a 2-layer rub process. My first layer, I'm going to use Meat Church's Honey Hog Hot. It is a sweet rub that has some jalapeno powder in it, so it has a bit of a punch. My first real barbecue love growing up was a Memphis-style sweet and spicy pork. And that is what I'm going to try to replicate here. You want to start doing the back here first, because once you flip it over, that will be your presentation side, and you don't want to spend time getting the rub on your presentation side just to flip it over and mess it up. Next, we're going to go with Zavala's pork rub. This is a less sweet rub than the honey hog. Once this meat has a chance to sweat out and this rub adheres itself to it, it's going to have a beautiful red color. And we're going to flip them over. Again, start with the honey hog. Once this is finished, it's going to have a bit of a spicy kick at the end, which is what a Memphis-style pork has. Starts off sweet and then heats up at the end. So that's what I'm trying to go for here. The meat is going to sweat out. It's going to cause this rub to adhere to the meat and get a little tacky. As you can see, we had a little snow overnight, but just like the post office, nothing's going to stop me from delivering this meat. Going to run temps today about 250 degrees. Mainly what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these ribs up until I like the color on them. They're going to hit about 165, 175 degrees. Then I'm going to wrap them and I'm going to finish them off until they hit about 200. If you want them falling off the bone, let those suckers cruise on past 200, get up to like 207, 210. They will fall right out. One tip I will give you, whatever shape you put these ribs on the smoker in, that's how they're going to finish. So you want to scrunch them up a little bit. I find it helps the meat to be a little thicker on each bone. I'll let these ride at 250. We'll check them in an hour and a half to 2 hours or so and see where we are. All right, these ribs have been going for about an hour and 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and give them a look. All right. Not completely drying out, but beginning. You can see they're starting to dry out here. So got some apple cider vinegar. I'm going to give a shout out to Brad at Chud's Barbecue for this idea. Instead of messing up a squirt bottle for 2 slabs of ribs, just take the nozzle off the top of this. This is a Zepp bottle. It fits on top of this, screws on perfectly. Less mess to clean up. So you don't want to douse these too hard. You just want to hit them, kind of keep them moist on the top. That vinegar is going to help to tenderize things. So we'll let it keep going. So we're about 2.5 hours into the rib cook. Let's go ahead and take a look and see where we are. Go ahead and get a reading. And if you're wondering how to get a reading, you want to go in where the meat is raised up. This is a bone. This would be where the meat is. All right, that is up in the 160s. Let's go ahead. We're going to wrap these up in some tin foil with a few goodies, and it's going to be delicious. So before we pull the ribs off, I'm going to go ahead and get this set up. I'm going to start with some turbinado sugar. Going to sprinkle it in this pack here. Going to use some hot honey. You don't have to use hot honey. I just like it. So here we go. We're going to take this and lay it face down. Now, what I like to do, take some peach jalapeno jam. You choose your jam of choice. You can do apple, peach, whatever you want. I like heat, so we're going to go peach jalapeno. Going to put it down here. And you're just going to start smearing it around. Now what this is going to do, as it heats up and continues to cook, it's going to kind of melt all over the rib and wind up down here where the sugar is. Also, going to go ahead and hit a little more sugar on top. And a little bit more of the honey. I like to double wrap this. The reason for that is you can tear the tin foil. You can have a bone poke through. So you need as much protection as you can. You don't want to leave any air gaps in here. You want this as tight up against the meat as you can get it. Just like that. We're going to let it go back on the pit. And then we're going to check it. And once it hits about 200 to 203 degrees, it's going to come off. And it'll be ready to serve. So here we have the finished product. Took about 5 hours total on the smoker. I took it up to about 202 degrees internal. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take them, flip them over. Woohoo, hot. I'm going to take the Honey Hog Hot, which is the one we used. And I'm going to hit it. Now, I'm going to close it back up loosely. For just a few minutes. That heat in there is going to melt the rub I just put on. And then we're going to take it out. We're going to slice it up. I'm going to turn it over because I want to make sure to cut these correctly. All right, so here it is. Got a little bit of a smoke ring here. Nice and juicy. Let's get a taste. Here it is. Oh man. This was the first real successful recipe I came up with, and it never fails to satisfy. It's sweet, and then you get this heat punch on the back end. I love this so much. Man, that was good. If you're just jumping into the world of barbecue, ribs is a good place to start. And this recipe is almost foolproof. I will stand by it till the day I die. I hope you find this video helpful. If you did, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, get up, go out, cook some good food, be a little bit better tomorrow than you were today, and I will catch you next time.